This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure." Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. I'm the brother Dama Agabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, hey, and once again, these heathens are raging, and they're imagining a very, very vain thing, man. And this is why we are continuously telling you that, hey, when the Lord finally comes this second time, he's going to execute vengeance and judgment and brutal punishment upon the kings of this earth, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, because their pride and their plans have ultimately gone beyond, beyond prideful, man. All right, these devils are really thinking that they're the most high and that they're God, especially through artificial intelligence and technology, man. And the plans that they ultimately want to use generative AI and artificial intelligence, like Elon Musk said, is to release the demon. All right, he's using this artificial intelligence and AI to become a technological god, man. He thinks he's going to use this technology to supersede Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and to establish his will and his to plant his flag in the ground and ultimately override Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And I was reading this article, and that's what it made me think of. It says, Musk wants Grok AI to rewrite the entire corpus of human knowledge. And what is the ultimate knowledge on this planet is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now, this devil wants to use AI to rewrite that, to establish, himself as a god, to ultimately to say that he is. All right. And this is the pride of this damn. Okay, Salakia. Yeah, so he's trying to basically, rewrite the entire corpus of human knowledge, man, by using what? Artificial intelligence. And see, this is why we told you, that's why I read that Psalms, the second chapter. This is the heathen raging. He really believes that through AI that he, ultimately he can rewrite, hijack the creation of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that he can be the author and the creator and have the last say so of what, everything is. And like we told you, I said this in previous that eventually he's going to use AI to try to rewrite the Bible. They've already said that they were going to do this, man. They've done it already. I think they got like vegan Bibles where they done away with all of the animal sacrifices. Shit, they even probably doing it to where they have homosexual, where they're taking out all of the writings in the scriptures that condemn wickedness, that condemn homosexuality. That to make it more universal and more inclusive and say that, I heard, I don't know if it was Noah Harari or one of those devils said that they need to rewrite the Bible, to fix the errors that are within it. So you can see the pride of this man is absolutely through the roof. And this is why, like I read in that Psalms, the second chapter, hey, the Lord's going, Esau has a great visitation coming upon him, man. A great humbling is coming to this damn devil. And everybody that's being deceived and that's going to go along with it, you're going to be judged right along with Esau, Edom, and Babylon the Great when Yahweh Shai judges this place, man. So let's read into some of this. It says, Elon Musk says artificial intelligence company XAI will retrain its AI model Grok on a new knowledge base free of garbage and uncorrected data by first using it to rewrite history. You see, so these devils are basically coming in the vibration of, look, basically anything that stands upon the principle of true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, anything that goes against their narrative, anything that goes against their science or what they want to establish as being truth is garbage. And like I said, mainly it's going to be the Holy Bible. The actual essence and aura and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai needs to be eradicated out of the earth for this devil ultimately to establish himself in AI and the wisdom and knowledge of AI as God and as having the final say so of what is, man. You see? It says, in the next post on Saturday, Musk said the upcoming Grok 3.5 model will have advanced reasoning and wanted it to be used to rewrite the entire corpus of human knowledge, adding missing information and deleting errors. Well, that's a violation of the scriptures, man. I didn't even have this in there, but I just thought about it right now. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse, let me see. Let me read this. It says, Revelations 1:1, it says, the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Now, according to these devils, they would use grok and AI to rewrite this and to say that, well, ultimately, the who you call, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahushua, he didn't really exist. And this is not really accurate or a record that grok or AI verifies as being useful information. So therefore, they'll try to rewrite it or even erase it out of the scriptures in order to establish his authority on things, If he had it his way, he'll do away with the scriptures even talking about the second return of Yahushua and of the Israelites being the chosen people of the Most High. He would totally rewrite and rearrange all of that if it was up to him. And now you hear Musk talking about doing these things, you see? It says, verse 2, who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Well, if these devils have it their way, Esau will totally eradicate this and deem this as garbage, and that it needs to be rewritten. It needs to be written according to what AI and what grok says, and that's going to be true, which is not true, all right? Because grok is not a living, breathing thing, man. It's really just a computer system, and it's not spiritual, man. It's not the breath or of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's ultimately the spirit of the Antichrist, man. Pretty much, when you look at it, it's coming in the vibration of being against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And what this clown Trump, Elon saying that he wants to use Grok 3.5 to do is just that. All right, let me get to the point. They get something down here in the end. Where is it? He that addeth and taketh away. I think that's. Oh, I'm in Revelations 1. That's why. Let me do this. Here we go. This is Revelation 22:18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man should add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written within this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. You see, and that's part of what Elon wants to use this grok to do in the grand scheme of things. You see? All right. It says he wants to rewrite the entire corpus of human knowledge, adding missing information and deleting errors. See, he said the model would then retain on the new knowledge set, claiming there was far too much garbage in any foundation model trained on uncorrected data. You see, so he's saying that his grok is gonna, supersede all the other AIs and all the other, chat GPTs and other AI, artificial intelligence, and Grok 3.5, whatever the hell, will be, the final author of what's, acceptable information, man. You see? It says Musk's latest blah, blah, blah. It says Musk has long claimed that rival AI models such as ChatGPT from OpenAI, a firm he co-founded, are biased and omit information that is not politically correct. You see, and that's what they want to do: make all of this information be PC. They want to set up information and history to be according to what these devils deem acceptable, and anything outside of that to be frowned upon, looked down upon, and deemed to be garbage, mis, or disinformation. And you better believe it's going to come with a penalty in the in the future if you go against what AI has determined to be true wisdom, knowledge, history, and understanding. See, and this is why these devils need to be destroyed, man. Because Esau is not a man of truth, all right, and we understand that fully. He's the liar and the father of lies, man, and he will twist and turn history to better suit his narrative. All right. It says, for years, Musk has looked to shape products to be free from what he considers to be damaging political correctness and has aimed to make Grok what he calls anti-woke. He also relaxed Twitter's content and misinformation moderation when he took over in 2022, which saw the platform flooded with unchecked conspiracy theories, extremist content, and fake news, some of which was spread by Musk himself. It says Musk aimed to fight the tide of misinformation by implementing a community notes feature, allowing X users to debunk or add context to posts that show prominently under offending posts. What else it says here? It says criticism leveled at Grok, blah, blah, blah. It says Musk posts attracted condemnation from his critics, including from Gary Marcus, an AI startup founder and New York University professor emeritus of neuroscience, who compared the billionaire's plan to a dystopia. Well, they all want to, all these elites are trying to establish a dystopian type of situation, ultimately to control speech, to control opinions, to control, to do away with the right to have free speech. Either it's going to be what they deem to be truth, that's what's going to be true. And also in the future, after they, do away with, when they bring a cyber attack that shut out the internet, nearly, in their new world order future, you're only going to be able to research information that they're allowing you to do. It's going to be a situation like China, where you can't just go on, in China, you can't just go on the internet and look up information that they deem to be dangerous, or they deem to be outside of, their control. Only information you will be allowed to research is going to be the information that they want you to see. In the future, you won't be able to watch particular movies that they deem to be, movies or information that could spark a revolution, or that could, stir up the minds of the people to critically think, or to be motivated to have, to be motivated to do things that they don't want you to do. You see, they want this dystopian type future, man, where all information will be controlled and it will be controlled and at their disposal. You see, it says, straight out of 1984, Marcus wrote on X, you couldn't get Grok to align with your own personal beliefs, so you are going to rewrite history to make it conform to your views. See, that's what this devil is doing, man. And that's what he's always planned on doing at the end of the day. This is why such great judgment is getting ready to come upon this damn devil, man. All right, what else is in here? It says Bernardo Sosa, whatever, a University of Milan professor of logic and science philosophy, wrote on LinkedIn that he was at a loss of words to comment on how dangerous Musk's plan is. When powerful billionaires treat history as malleable simply because outcomes don't align with their beliefs, we no longer dealing with innovation. We're facing narrative control, he added. Rewriting training data to match ideology is wrong on every conceivable level, which all these devils do this shit. You know that Esau and these universities and the information that he gives, a lot of it is biased, a lot of it is controlled, and a lot of it is used to, to go along with his narrative. But now they're mad at Musk because he's looking to use AI to do it and to on every level, so that, it might go against, anybody else outside of that. But, these devils been doing this shit. It ain't no different. They're just mad at at Musk, because he's looking to do it on a level to where AI will have complete and total control of it. You see? But it's all good though, because at the end of the day, the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can never be eradicated or taken out of the earth. This is why you see, the Great Awakening. This is why you see the things that are upside down being turned right side up. And this truth is going to continue to flourish because, truth is always going to out trump lies. And there is no truth in the lie. And all lies are going to be destroyed and eradicated when Yahweh Shai comes back this second time to establish his dominion and his kingdom and rulership on this planet Earth, man. See, this is why, it's like I read in Psalms the second, all of the plans of these nations is all in vain, man, because ultimately it's all going to be met with fire and judgment from Yahweh Shai. It says, Musk calls for facts, brings conspiracy theories, falsehoods. It says, as part of his efforts to overhaul Grok, Musk called on X users to share divisive facts to train the bot. Specifically, they should be politically incorrect, but nonetheless factually true. It says, it says a variety of conspiracy theories and debunked extremist claims, including Holocaust distortion, debunked V information, racist pseudoscientific claims regarding intelligence, and climate change denial, which all those things are, being destroyed anyway. But ultimately, they want to do, like I said, they just want to set the stage to where they completely control all information and truth as being his truth. And anything that cuts it or condemns it or goes outside of it, they want to be able to shape it into a way to where it will better suit them. Like I said, they'll even rewrite the Bible, man, and take out the things that they don't want in there so that they could present it as, a text that's, up to their standards. Like I said, you better believe they're going to do away with Yahweh Shai's second return. They're going to do away with, the wicked being exposed and being called out. They're going to do away with the 12 tribes of Israel being the chosen people of the Most High, and all type of other things, just so long as it's controllable for their narrative, man. Hey, and this is why such great judgment is coming on this devil. This is Psalms 94:1. It says, O Yahweh, our power, to whom vengeance belongeth, O power, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render a reward to the proud. You see? And that's what we're constantly praying for. That's what we're patiently waiting for. Yahweh Shai to come back to execute this. But like I said, if these devils had it their way, they would totally rewrite this out of the scriptures. And they would, guess what, do away with the true prophets and the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that are openly proclaiming, the return of Yahweh Shai. This is why, we know that the famine of the word is coming. This is why we know that they're going to eventually make it illegal for us to stand upon the principles of the Bible. This is why you're hearing them putting laws in place saying that they're going to lock street preachers up in prison for 2 years and give them fines. Because they want the true narrative of prophecy and of the scriptures out of this earth. It has no place in their new world order, or, it goes against their plans. So the best thing to do is to eliminate the threat. It says, Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? And this is a great boasting, what this guy Elon Musk is saying. And it's funny because people hear that and they think, oh, Elon Musk is trying to do that. No, this is Elon Musk works on the behalf of these elites, man. He's nothing more but a pawn for these elites, man. He's doing ultimately their agenda. He's just the face of this technology and Starlink and X and whatever else he got going on. He's just the face that they put in front of it, but it's really, backed and funded by these elites to bring in this new world order. All right. It says, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves. They break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and afflict thine heritage. You see? It says, they slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Because like I said this weekend, on Friday when I was live speaking, you see, Esau thinks because he hasn't been judged in so long, because he seems to be getting away with a lot of his rape, robbery, and his murder, and his proud words, and his his boasting and wickedness that he hasn't been judged for yet. He really believes that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is not going to basically do anything. He's been getting away with it for this long. Shit, it's in his heart to do wickedness. But little does he know, the day is coming to where, hey, he is going to be met. He is going to be visited. And he's not going to walk off into the sunset and establish what he's trying to do. It says, yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Right, because they do a lot of these things in secret. They do a lot of these meetings in secret. Yeah, go. They do all these meetings behind closed doors without the eye of the public. And they convene secretly, trying to bring together all these plots and these schemes as if the Most High don't, like the Most High don't hear or see what the hell they're doing. It just shows you the pride that's on this devil, man. But like I said, it's all good. The Lord has Esau in the ultimate trick bag, man. It says, shall not it says, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and you fools, when will you be wise? And Esau's never going to be wise, because the Lord don't have it in his spirit to be wise. The Lord has this devil set up to do what he's doing so that he can be judged and destroyed and visited upon, man, so that the Lord can, glorify his name in the earth through the destruction and the judgment of Esau, Edom, and all of these kings of the earth via this third world war. See, this is why the Lord is allowing this devil to do all of these things, to speak all these great swelling words, to, try to establish this new world order. Ultimately, so that the Lord can show his power when he judges this damn devil, man. It says, he that chasteneth the heathen, shall not he correct? He that teacheth man knowledge, shall he not know? You see? And this is how Esau is moving along in this world, as if the Most High is not peeping and seeing everything that this devil is doing. That's why scriptures say, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, man. Right, like I did this lesson this week on Friday on the live street speaking. Hey, Esau's days are already determined, man. His judgment is already set with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. The Lord just allowing him to do what he's doing so that prophecy be fulfilled, so that he can fulfill his measure of wickedness in the earth before he's judged and broken. It says, Yahweh knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. This shit is all vanity. It sounds good. It sounds sweet, but they're never going to be able to fully rewrite the whole corpus of human history out of the earth and rewrite it according to what he wants to do. Are you crazy, man? It's not gonna work that way. It says what? Yahweh knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Blessed is the man whom thou chasteneth, O Yahweh, and teacheth him out of thy law, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity, until the pit be digged for the wicked. And that's where we are. That's why we're putting our faith and trust completely in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, this is why we're not going along with Esau's plans and his new world order and his dystopian future that he's trying to establish, and putting the MOTB inside of us and allowing us to, be in one of his 15-minute cities and try to save our lives so that we could be a part of what Esau got going on. No, we condemn it to the fullest. All right. And we're telling him that it's not going to succeed, that it's all vanity. It's all bullshit. And it's not, guaranteed peace and safety. But like I said, the majority of the people, they're going to be deceived into believing that what Esau got going is the future and, something that you should put your faith and trust in. But not us, man. Like I said, each and every day, this devil is going forward with his agendas. Hey, that pit is being digged just a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. And at a time appointed, the trap that he think he's setting for humanity and for everybody, he's gonna fall in that bitch, and Yahweh Shai is gonna come and whoop his monkey ass, man. It says, for Yahweh will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance, which is the elect, but judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Right. You see? That's why we're looking for a new kingdom and a new heavens and a new earth where it's going to dwell righteousness, not what Esau is establishing. All right. His new world order and his future that he has planned is all in wickedness, corruption, lies, digital slavery, and destroying of the earth, and complete opposition to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that's starting with the prophets and the men of the Lord. We're standing up against this shit. This is why we're calling it out. We're doing videos and shows on it. even to the point to where it might even cost some of us our lives, or cause some of us to be thrown in detention centers or concentration camps, you know? But hey, we're standing up for Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and what he's about until the day that Yahweh Shai rises up to the prey, and that day is coming soon, man. It says, unless Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall cut them off. So it's all vanity. And the Lord is sitting in the heavens and laughing, because he knows the day is appointed where Esau is going to be cut down, and his reign of terror on this planet Earth will be over. And that righteous kingdom of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, with King David and 144,000, the kingdom of Israel will stand, where it's going to be a kingdom of truth and righteousness and justice, man. No, nothing's going to be corrupted. Nothing is going to be evil or wicked or lies. It's all going to be just a kingdom of righteousness and truth, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. To the next one, shalom.